I mean, here we go, Sparky. I don't know. I don't know if it's scripted or what, but 13-5s all across the board twice in a row. And of course, the first time these two teams met up, it was the same deal. But what we haven't had is we haven't had a 20 and 22 yet. So that's going to be the next thing on our docket to check off, right? But anyways, map number 3 in this best of 5 between Team Shiiiish and Fate going into this bind. Fate got to run it back, man, or else their fate is sealed. Team Shiiiish are looking absolutely dominant today. Everyone's waking up. Everyone is just doing their own thing and just doing everything correctly to win every single one of their maps. And Fate are unfortunately on the back foot. The map of Ascent rounds got close, right? Everyone died. Like they had 0 people in the server, multiple rounds in a row. But on the map of Breeze, that didn't end up being the case. I don't think it was this Team Shiiiish out-maneuvering, out-rotating every single time. Every single thing that Fate did, they just got outplayed, they got pinched. And now coming into bind, I don't know if that's going to be exacerbated or what, based on the fact that the teleporters, literal teleporters on the map. But hopefully, for Fate's sake, we're gonna get to see a good series. But so far, it looks like Team Shiiiish are looking to take this one in 3.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. Every single agent is locked in, and this is Fate's last chance to put something on the board. This is single elimination, I believe. So if they are eliminated in this best of 5, that's it. That's their run. They don't go further. They go home. They get to play some Valorant ranked, but no more in this league in it of itself. The agent picks themselves are actually a little bit different. I'm excited to see it. It's a double Sentinel setup for the side of Team Shiiiish. And on the other side, you're going to see something a little bit different. It still is going to be that double controller setup that they played on Breeze. And honestly, Anton, I'm not the biggest fan of double controller setup on this map. I feel like you don't really need it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's nice to have a Viper, and it's difficult to play without a double controller, but I honestly don't think that's Fate's biggest problem.
Yeah.
There's obviously larger issues. So yeah, I definitely agree with that sentiment. And oh god, I think it's hard to ignore the last time that Shiiiish were on stream. I don't know if you remember, but I don't think anyone can forget. Andrew was the one to drop what 26 kills, and they didn't die, and they went flawless on the map. So we'll see what Fate can pull out, because again, they were the ones to take Shiiiish to pretty extensive scoreline. There goes the drone. I think it's spotted out 2, and 2 inside of showers. Now is when the first engage happens. And what? I didn't even that kill. I actually like screamed before it even happened. I don't know. So if chat's like, oh, they're delayed. No, I actually just reacted before it happened. What? That one is what? Okay.
So did So Below and Andrew Shiiiish just like swap accounts? Because this man is out peeking everyone and he's going on the aggressive. This is what I want to see from Shiiiish though, right? They need to play more aggressive on these maps and not bleed out map control. Those 2 picks are going to make sure that Team Shiiiish actually go towards this B site here now, and that camera's just going to confirm it.
Oh, the slow reaction is going to get him caught out, and shot's going to land. He's at very, very low HP, caught inside the tube, and they're not engaging on this. Andrew, though, has taken a lot of damage inside this pocket position in this B, and it's so awkward. Not enough bullets landing to get kills until Silver lands the headshot, and that's okay. And a wall going out prevents anyone from coming in back into the elbow position, but back of the site, they're holding it down. Cringy's got 2, and So Below comes back in from that A site to get another headshot once again with a dominant pistol on the map of bind.
It was definitely kind of awkward towards that B site. So many shots were just not landing. Actually gets a little bit dicey there, but ends up with Cringy with the 2K in order to clutch it up. But I gotta say, man, So Below with those sheriff shots definitely opened up the round for Fate, made it a lot easier for them in order to get that win on the board. Now they're going to be able to buy up into that round. And yeah, Cringy, he's got those setups, man. He knows those one ways, has them available at his fingertips, and another B site hit goes through. Maybe we'll see, you know, the flourish of that actual hit.
Uh-oh, less successful this time. Goes the shower push and a lot of damage done. So, oh my god, Silver. That's a bit of a risk going right through that molly, right through that Viper smoke. But I think fast plant, perhaps. Andrew, one of his teammates gets taken out behind him. Yeah, he gets Vortex out in the open after he dogs. That's a very, very smart star placement. So Gen is still here, the opposing Astra. I'm not sure if they read that Andrew Shiiiish is pushed up all this way with this spike, though. Now they have the understanding. Now they know, but he's able to get out, but he doesn't want to. Why is he staying? What is happening?
That's Andrew.
No way. No way he gets a kill. Oh, he got a dink. That's what? About his loss, but like, what in the world is why? That's absolutely insane. They have classics. He has a classic, and he's staying aggressive. He wants to play the wall position. I don't know what to say.
I mean,
it's not logical.
This is Andrew, right? We know he goes super hard in his aggro, but this time he's not playing Jet. He doesn't have those smokes. He doesn't have that dash. And maybe this is where we see Andrew not pop off all the time. He's going to still play aggressive because that's, what he does. But on this stage, sometimes you can't play that aggressive. You got to bait your teammates a little bit more so that you can have that heal available, have that res available later in the game. Now it's going to be that buy. Sobolo takes this aggressive angle every time. At least he gets info and he doesn't die. At least that's something, right? But getting chunked that early is never a good sign.
Oh, and he's only still got a sheriff again. It seems to be that Fate really plays super hard on their bonuses, and they have Sobolo on the one player without a gun every single time. He wants that operator. The thing is, they've ended up usually losing the rounds, which means he doesn't have the op in his hands. This time, pushed up everywhere. There's poking and prodding every single location on the map. The spike is towards B, so that's the only indication of where they probably want to go. But these players are looking for picks everywhere. Dog comes out, sees it. I mean, they found Andrew, so at least that's some really big piece of info for the side of the defense. So they stack their B site. There's only one, make that 2 lurkers, one short, one shower on that A, and maybe taking some attention because the Viper actually goes back after popping the wall. It's just indecisiveness from both these teams. And the thing is, these B players don't really have the time to teleport. It's going to be really tight because this spike is going to have to be recovered. Looks like Andrew is at least trying to make some space for his team. There's no utility. All he has is a gun, cam spot, and a dart for the backside players. And it looks like the gunfight's good. Andrew's got some support, but he ends up winning the fight anyways. And even the rotate's been cut off. Sobolo's not ready for this lurk that still exists on that A site. That's already a 2-man advantage for Shiiiiish. One coming back around. Andrew's caught off guard. Good on Cringy. Smoke out to let himself out, but there is a molly. Excuse me, there is a nano swarm. No molly to be had, but it's still information gained. And even a flash coming on a Posh, he's not able to see. Has to eat his vegetables, and they come back around after that. And he gets up one, and what? Oh, they get all the kills. Silver's left alive. That's... Okay, listen, Sparky, you can't end up feeding your opponent vegetables because then they're the ones that gain the muscles, right? He comes back out to the spawn and gets every single kill along with his teammates. 3-0 flawless for Fate. And you know what the most amazing thing is? Andrew has mathematically an infinitely lower KD than he had last time.
Oh man, is this guy ulti like what, broccoli or something? Lettuce? what is this analogy that you're talking about? Yeah, either way, it does look like Fate. They turned it around. They're so dominant on this map. They win the bonus, and that means that their economy is secured. Sobolo is going to be on this operator, peeking down towards a short with Flavor to back himself up on this off angle as well. No one's going to spot him just yet, but... Oh, okay. The dart does get spotted. There's going a lot at this opper to try and find him off.
He doesn't have dropping. Andrew, oh yeah, he took damage because of the smoke, right? Goes right through, and the spam through the box. They missed the shots. They don't end up landing it. He got so close. The one way is actually being held by an operator right now, and Andrew's playing so tight up to this corner. I'm surprised they didn't actually get any damage off when they went for this spam, but the team of Shiiiiish is going to leave him here in this pushed up position. Thank goodness for Fate, they're not getting too aggressive off this.
Looks like it's going to be that head over to the beast site. They're keeping Andrew here, I think, to try and cut off someone who tries to take the teleporter. The thing is, Fate, they're playing pretty far back. This is something they've done on the other maps. Before it bleeds map control, now they're just holding steady because they know, they died to the Astra last time. They know people will still be stuck here. Spike's all the way on B, though. 2 people there strong. The Cypher setup could be huge in order to make sure that the spike isn't planted.
Oh man, I can't believe the sky is making so much noise. And that's all it takes to drive the rotates off. But the thing is, that's okay. It is. He can win a fight. Gets the headshot into Kevin. The spike rotates right back towards his B. Andrew's going to make this entry, but he's going to put a wall down. The whiff from Posh. That's kind of a big one, but at least the wall gets taken down. Posh until later doesn't quite lose his life. Replay and Andrew tagging along. Stereo kills, getting spammed through the box. Cringy gets one. It's a 2 versus 2, but the spike, they don't have it. They have to hide. The defense, all they have to do is stay alive and Fate. They win the round off of time. Spam it, spam it,
Oh,
spam it, spam it,
Player
triple.
standing.
no,
Oh,
he covers the op. They recover the op. They're gonna put that in Andrew Sheish's hands, but
10 seconds
an
left.
absolute massive mistake. You saw a replay. He moved back. He tried to get that spike, but he missed it by like a couple centimeters, and that means he wasn't able to get the plant done. He might have gotten spammed anyway. But a little bit of a blunder means that that's dead in its tracks. 4-0, Fate still leading. It is going to be a buy from both sides. And now Andrew Shiiiish, he's on this operator, an aggressive operator on the stage. He's got to come up big because so far he's only 2-4.
oh, remember, man, like you mentioned before, this guy doesn't have a dash. There's nothing for him to get out of jail free, so he has to land the shot or die. And speaking of landing shots, there's going to be an exchange of bullets outside the shower. So below, the Vandal in hands ends up crouching in a Gen's headshot. That's an entry from the Jet. They know that this guy is the one to hold down shower every single time. So now, weak point, ending up being marked on this A site. Oh, hello. He's not ready. No dash. Again, doesn't check his back. He can't react in time. Silver does get one back on a Posh. Man advantage still kept from Shiiiish, but the res is no longer on the board because Andrew's the one to have it.
Slow down just a bit. Okay, has the Seekers. This can be big for a retake if the spike actually gets planted onto the A site. Looks like everyone's heading over back towards showers in order to get that heal up. But with 40 seconds left, I think the decision's been made. They're going towards this A site, and there's only one, maybe two people here to defend against it.
Yeah, this Cypher is rooted all the way back. He's being so disciplined, but that's the wrong choice. Gotta make this stack work. Oh, that's okay. That's 1-1. That's a big fight. Stay alive. He needs to keep his life, but he doesn't end up doing so. Replay challenges and Sky differential. Headshot is landed. Cringy's the one to come back in, but another whip shot onto the Sova, but eventually it does end up landing. Crossfire onto the triple position is beautiful. Coming back in though.
Know where he
Flavor
is.
doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Flavor.
He doesn't know. He must have the caller now. Cringy must be calling, and it's so awkward, but the swing is good for Replay, but Cringy has the trade. It's good enough for Fate to take a 5th round in a row.
Oh man, the 2 versus 1 in the end got so dicey. I will say, I really wanted the Sky to live there. You know, use the Seekers, just use those ultimates to try and clear space rather than your life. It does work out well for Fate. They are currently 5-0 on this map, and Anton, this wasn't even their map pick. This is currently Shiish's map pick, if I remember correctly. And so far, Fate have been so dominant on this. Good for the, you know, the call out was made. The trade was good. Cringy with the swing made sure to trade out his teammates, but it's now the next round. There's still a buy from both sides. Operator for the side of Cell below, but look at the ultimates here, Anton. They're currently 8 out of 10 in the server. All of these themselves can be impactful, but Andrew Shiiiish, he's been so aggressive. He needs to play a little bit farther back in order to make sure he's alive for that res.
And you said as well, the ults, there's actually only 2 kills left, or 2 orbs farmed for all 10 ults to be on the board. I don't even know. There's been 5 rounds. I don't know if there's any ults been popped like at all on this map. Oh, there was a dog and a spot. That's gonna at least reveal. That's okay. Maybe? No, he misses the dart. There goes the first ulti of the round. Kevin's gonna farm up this lockdown to support the rest of his team. It's okay, stays at the back of the site, but catches the opponent's Sky with a bird in his hands. And of course, behind the box, it's not really entirely covered because you can get shot right through it. There goes the second ultimate. Andrew gets one out. The Killjoy lockdown has already been put on the ground, so they have to wait on the defense before they have to actually go back. And now the Hunter's Fury, that's another one. And no spam available because the wall has been put up. It's every single ulti on the side of Team Shiiiish. But the thing is, the dart's still here. Kevin gets a kill with the turret, and Fate traded out 2 on the both sides of that one frag. And they try and get back into the site. They try and get all the way back to space taken, and another ping. Silver's not ready for that. Replay does get a kill, and he's stuck in the corner. Whoop! A headshot, a massive fast peek from Replay. Another one to get a 3K in the round to win Shiiiish their first.
Replay with the 3K in order to secure the round. That was every single ultimate, Anton, thrown at that round in order to put something on the board for Shiiiish. Literally every single one was thrown, all 5, and they were able to win out the round. But now it is going to be that buy for Team Shiiiish, and that actually broke the economy for Fate. So many rounds came down to that 1 versus 1 that they don't have the money to buy up. It's a double shorty setup for Flavor and Cringy. And now Fate are going on the aggressive.
Ooh, I mean, yeah, you gotta do this. You have those lesser weapons, and the Marshal is missing shots. Silver, though, is he gonna check this corner? He is, but he's not ready. Cringy has the one-shot potential, and he lands the buckshot. And Replay does trade out one inside of Showers. The control is no longer has in that position, but the information's out. They know that everyone on this attack is going towards this. Hey, no, Kevin, though, trades out Posh before the kill is even had. That was so important. Flavors blind and deaf in the corner. Nothing doing. Now there's a flank. That's okay. Is back into that spawn position, but the Cypher is even reconsidering. He doesn't even know where he wants to go. I think he hears the turret, knows that he can't actually make that flank happen. Goes straight back in the time. He's not going to have enough time to get to his teammate before they have to make this retake happen. Flash going through, at least getting some information, but 2 versus 4, especially with his weaponry. I don't see this happening, Sparky.
Do they even retake into this round? Do they just go for econ damage instead, try and keep people in the blast zone?
Well, that is unfortunate. That is a truly unfortunate circumstance. Oh.
5-2. So Team Shiiiish, they get their second round on the board. And it's actually interesting there is that Replay with the 3K on the back end of 2 rounds ago was able to build up his ultimate enough to get the Seekers back again, clear out completely A site, and make sure they don't run into those shorties. That Stinger that was in the cubby in a short actually worked out well for them. It is going to be a buy from both sides here next. And ultimates available. Posh has the Astra Wall, and A-OK has the Seekers. Both can be used in a retake scenario, especially on this B site where it seems like everyone on Shiiiish is heading.
Ooh, the aggression, the timing is gonna catch him. Yeah, Gen doesn't turn fast enough, and Sobolo gets the timing onto the smokes for the side of Shiiiish, which could be a slightly big deal. It's gonna make their push a lot harder because they're the one who's running solo controller, which is ironic, but the push on a site might be quite fast. The dart for backside doesn't manage to get a second ping, and Andrew's the one running up, though. He gets dinked through the box. Really great shooting from That's Okay, and even some more sprays. Reads the fact there's a second one in the smoke and just goes for the fight. Goes for the shots and lands some. No heal for that player because the Sage has already fallen. Sky does not have the capability for some reason to feed herself the vegetables, so not going to see anything like that. 3 versus 5, though. Don't count them out just yet. They can make some miraculous stuff happen, but they're still waiting outside this wall. Even heard by So Below as a jump there that he must have been audible. They're going back. It's just so indecisive right now for Shiiiish. They don't really know what they want to do.
Whoa. Cape. He sees it. And he takes down Silver's Might.
Left.
Last 2 players from Shiiiish. Yeah, they're going to save this. Hightail it back to spawn. I want to be where my teammates are at when they come back. And it feels like fate. They're just going to stick onto the site. Make sure they don't drop any weapons. Because honestly, they're gonna can't handle it, Anton. It's only 450 max on every single one of the players. And they get to keep every single one of their guns into the next round. Anton, currently Andrew Shiiiish, he's a bottom fragging the Jet superstar who usually just goes in and kills everyone. He's not having the best game. And I think you can see that maybe Team Shiiiish aren't ready for this. We saw in the last, the interview we had last game that they talked about how they just want Andrew Shiiiish to do his own thing because it feels like it works out well for them. But when it's not working out well, maybe they don't have the strategies to back it up because they're just so used to Andrew fragging out.
Yeah, it really is weird, right? I wonder... Okay, listen, chat. We were joking before when we said Sobolo and Andrew switched accounts. We didn't actually mean that, but maybe they actually did. Maybe we just willed it into existence. I don't know. But yeah, no, it really is weird. I guess that's really why you don't wear superheroes don't wear capes. It's just dangerous when you put that cape on Andrew or on the Silver. Yeah, hello. Well, he's been found out. Jake is up. Where is he gonna look? Posh has already got a kill. It's good entry onto that one lurk again. It's a different player, but Andrew this time, yeah, okay, he's ready. He's not completely asleep. He's still on point. Hits the instant headshot on that peak during that market position. Flavor is trying to delay after the teammate has already fallen, but Andrew's going to rotate into that shower, likely farm up this orb, and he gets one closer, 1 kill left until he can bring one of his teammates back. I think the sad part is, so far, ironically, like you mentioned, he's the one that's been needing to be brought back all this time.
Yeah, definitely. 50 seconds left in this round, and only Showers control has been gained. Gen has played this a lot. Every single time, just stashed away in Showers, trying to catch the rotate as the rest of the team executes on the B site. The stars being placed down is going to be heard, and the rest of the team now making their way over. If Gen gets one, I think it's probably going to
30
go in the way
seconds
of
left.
Shiiiish.
He's done this before. They're going to be prepared. They have to look at the showers angle, but oop, there go the TPs, and he does end up getting one. That's a big kill. He gets the one lurk. That's surprising, actually. Another res as well from the showers player. Genjin's taking so much ground, and that is the one to seal the deal. There was a spam potential there, but now he's been taken out of the heaven position, no longer able to be the angel that Fate needs, and flash straight through. He's got one more to engage on this next sky, but, oh, I mean, that's okay. Almost ended up spraying blind, but it doesn't matter. Andrew gets the blind spray instead up into heaven, and 3 to 6. She still have some life in them.
Yeah, Shiiiish definitely not going quiet into the night. The thing is, I think that So Below on this Jet needs to stay alive as fast as possible. He's playing aggressive, and it's good because he's getting info, but if he gets taken out early in the rounds, feels like Fate, they're not willing to go on the aggressive in order to get more info. Rather, they just play a little bit more safe, and then they don't know where the hit is coming when it actually is on top of them. With this operator, though, it will be that Sobolo can play a little bit more safer, just anchor down one of the extremities rather than playing a little bit more aggressive.
What?
Although he's gonna get peaked, he lives with 30 HP. That's a lot of damage done.
I think he pulled like an asana or something and just shook off of his opponent, because that was on point. Like, he had his crosshair on Andrew, and somehow he went and like vibrated or something, and it just missed. But that is a big opportunity that is missed. And dog spotted. Posh isn't, though. I don't think the dog turned fast enough to be able to see exactly where this player backside is, but they're going to go with the spam anyways, and still, let's play it safe. Drop back, defaults around that short A and that short B position, and looks like the spike on Andrew's back is going to head towards that long. Dog is not going to spot him, I don't think, and no, it will not. It goes back before it spots out long, and the timing is better for these two players pushing up.
So far, just two people heading onto this B site. It's this doubles duo again to try and defend against it, but the stars are being placed right on top of them, and the dart can get the info as well.
Well, the lurk has changed. No longer inside a shower. He's trying to cut off from short. And while the hit is happening, there's no ping onto the site player. They have no idea. Elbow is walled off, so they don't have to worry about one angle. But Andrew going for a fight. That's okay. Gets a spam to the wall. Replay now trades it right back, and Cringy is stuck inside his own cage. Needs to make something happen right now. Doesn't manage to catch the timing on this Soba jumping lane. Sobolo has to try and retake with his two teammates. Operator in hand, taken out already. Posh is the one to take a bullet to the face. And even another one spotted. Slows going out through spawn. It should be absolutely unrealistic. Genjin gets one on the flank and even sprays down the second player on that. That's a 4 to 6 scoreline. Sheesh. I mean, realistically at this point, I am not surprised if they manage to come back 6-6.
Yeah, just the standard setup there from Shiiiish. They stash one toward showers. They exact everyone else onto that B site. They take control because it's a Cypher and a Sky. Both people weren't able to really defend against it when they're playing more towards that defender spawn. And then it works out in Shiish's favor. It's going to be a buy round for Shiiish, a save for Fate. And Fate really need to put some more aggression towards showers. If they can keep control of it, I feel like it'll disrupt this, tried and true setup that Shiiish have been playing every single time.
Wow. Oh, speaking of disruption, Posh's brains get disrupted as well as all of his internal organs, so that's not the best showing. What? Oh. What? Why is that the shot he lands? No, he's at 5 HP. That's the one kill that Fate has in this round. Lockdown detains nothing. Miss slow. Even Andrew is a bit flabbergasted by that one. And even on the flank, Cringy's got a good crosshair placement, but just a bit further to the left, and maybe he gets a shot. Speaking of shots, shots taken. That's a nice one from Sobolo. Stays alive for just the time being, but the reload's going to catch him out. Replay dancing around these showers. At the end of the day, he can't really help his team if the defuse is coming in, but the thing is, he probably won't have to. There's only a pistol on the spike right now. It looks like that's okay. It's picked up a rifle, but the time is ticking so very, very low that there's nothing to do. The wall is broken, and now Replay can run the last player down. Take him out. Flavor is now eliminated, and that's 5 to 6. Only one round left until they tie it up.
Shiiiish are just running through. Now that they have figured out how Fate play, they're counteracting it every single time. I will say So Below, he's trying his best. He's getting these kills on the aggression, It's just not enough for the rest of his team to hang on. Last round of the half, it started out so well for Fate, and now the momentum has swung in the other team's favor. It's going to be a buy round from both sides. Andrew Shiiiish is back on this operator. He hasn't had a lot of success on this attack side at all, but so far it's not necessarily mattered. He's one away from the res as well, so even if something goes awry, a player can just come back into this game. And again, so low on the aggression.
Dash, dash, dash. No, Jin catches him. That's no, you can't. That can't happen. That can't happen. That's the last round of the half. Knives out for the Jet. That's every advantage on the droning Sova, and they still get entryed on. Not only that, there are ultimates on the board for Shiiiish. There is a res and another engage. Flavor misses every bullet. The Sky takes 0 damage. There goes the wall from the side of Shiiiish to cut off everyone from back sight. Pushing on through. There's no audio cues until just then they hear the plant going down because SOK takes an aggressive position actually through the wall. Slight bit, but they don't know where anyone else is. It's going to be such a risk. They have no blinding tools at all. There's no flashes. There's no paranoia. They have to go right through this and take every single gunfight, but they're going to wait until the wall goes down. And speaking of going down, 2 players pinged, and now one of them is going to fall. Cringy gets headshot straight through the wall. Replay with a 3rd in the round as well. Goes for that ultimate. Why not? You might as well just pop it. There's a 2nd one available, but no one's even fallen yet. No one needs to get res, and even that's okay. Gets blinded. Replay secures his quad kill and ties up the map 6-6.
It really felt like Shiiiish there. They understood how Fate played, and they found the key to defeating it. They take out Below, who's almost always on that aggressive angle. If they don't get the kill onto him early, hey, just go B-site. They only 2-stack it. They always play pretty defensively. You can take it pretty easily and just play the post plant from there. Works out to tie it up in this case. And now the side switch. Now Team Shiiiish is on the defensive. The place where Andrew Shiiiish went 26-0. Last time they won at a 13-0 victory. This is definitely their stronger side of the map. Let's see how they end up winning it.
I mean, at least we broke the first script, right? The 13-5 is impossible now. There's no team sitting at that scoreline. So if anything, the next script is definitely Shiiiish taking every single round from now on. Oh, Jen. Oh, the spam. That should have been a kill. There was a very, very big chance there, but Posh is lucky to be alive. The drone coming through is going to tag another one. Yeah, it's wall hacks and a below, and even no, he's got to hide. That teleporter door is wall bangable, and there's a player still inside. Replay has been caught in this trap position. He can't get out. There's literally nothing he can do.
Yeah, but Fate, they should be going towards B-site here. They know a player TP'd over. You don't have to spend so much time trying to draw him out. Rather, just go exec on one of the sites.
Well, they're choosing the wrong stack, though. Andrew was right over, and he's not able to land enough shots. But, I mean, nothing gets landed in kind until Below pushes all the way through, and that's finally good and smart by them. They leave a lurk here, and they turn away, but Push! You have to land those, man. There's no bullets landed again. 3 versus 4 coming back into the spawn. Silver is still missing shots, and Flavor falls to Kevin, though. It's still looking good. Coming in from the flank in the U-Haul position. They're being pinched on by every single angle, and now last alive is That's Okay. That's not going to last for very long. Silver takes him out as well, and somehow that pistol looks so good. All the positions, and even still, Shiiiish managed to bring it back.
The call from Fate there just was not it. You can't go towards the A site because let's say even if it wasn't stacked out, right? You can just have the player go towards this TP, get the kill onto Posh like he did there, and then you're in a pinch. You're getting pushed from the front, you're getting pushed from the back, and you're just going to bleed out that site every single time. Next time, you got to go B, man. You already know one person teleport. If you run there fast enough, you're probably going to get the timing anyway. But that round win on the pistol goes towards Team Shiiiish. They're buying up, Anton, and I haven't seen 3 Aries in a long time. That's a lot of wallbang potential.
I gotta admit, last time I saw 3 Aries was last night in my unrated games with my friend to trying to warm up for this broadcast, but never in an official. Look at this, they're going right in with the flash. The flash is perfect for Replay. Just shoot, man, just pull the trigger. He does it. He gets 2. Silver's there for the support. Below is the only one to get a kill with the Sheriff. There's no res. There's nothing on the board for these guys to work with. Fate have left in a 2 versus 4 instantly in the round. 30 seconds have not even elapsed in Flavor now. Stuck inside this long B position. Is he going to be checked? Yeah, he's gets seen. Darted, though. There it goes. The wall hacks don't come through, but the peak does. Silver still wants to take a fight. Still getting aggressive. The Aries behind as well. There's no flank just yet until Andrew wants to walk out of hookah, and it looks like they're slightly aware. The timing is bad. They don't look away. They look away just the wrong time, and Andrew even gets the ping and pre-fires the final player down to their death. And 3 Aries. I mean, Sparky, that's the new meta, isn't it?
I guess it is, but I think the more new meta is just this flash over here from replay. It pretty much gets everyone. The second one's gonna blind him, I think, and his teammate as well. Literally every single person is blind. And then the shots just don't hit for Fate. They were blinded. They had to reload. Too much goes on, and replay ends up getting the kill. It works out that the force ends up happening. And now Fate, they get to buy up. They're on their rifles. They need to win this one in order to get some semblance of balance back into this game.
Full default across the entire map. The Cypher is fighting and it loses it. Posh is there to support, so at least it's a 1-for-1 trade. Better for Fate in this instance. But Andrew, though, he gets aggressive. He peeks on out with that Ares once again outside hookah. Gets a kill. We know how proficient this man is at locking down this hookah position. You can't take it against him. There's nothing to do unless you just straight up win the fight. He's still there, still just holding it down and jump spotting outside this B as well. Replay goes for a shot, lands it onto the foot of So Below. Information gained from both sides, but this default is looking towards this A. As soon as the turret gets taken out, though, information given, and Kevin gets that, wins that fight. And even this flank, big position taken by Andrew. He's pushed up all the way. So Below is so worried about this long player that there's almost no chance that he checks Andrew in this corner. That's okay, has to be aware as well. He's going to end up looking, but he doesn't even fire a bullet before he gets taken out. And the whip shots from So Below. Replay is there to support after the dash goes out. And still Andrew somehow making the impossible happen. He stays alive. It's a pretty nice scoreline right now for Fate, but they still need to bring it back if they want a chance in the series.
Yeah, and in this game, it's not even Andrew Shiiiish signing. Who's shining. He is taking a seat and letting Replay at 21-7 take his spot. Replay has been Andrew Shiiish's support throughout. I feel like a lot of these maps, able to just make sure that you back up your teammate, make sure you get the kills that your teammate can't. Well, he's taking the kills for himself this time, and he's doing it in fashion. Oh man, it's just a full push onto the A side here. No respect from Fate. They just want kills.
Oh, wait, big frag from So Below. He's the one that's low HP because he got right through that wall. He's fragile and he's still emotional, but in fact, it's the opponents that are a bit more emotional because Genjin is so very, very afraid. Needs to get back, needs to stay alive, wait for the rest of the team to be able to win the gunfights as a team, and the flash is ready. That's okay. Is so prepared to pop out of the smoke and just go for the frag, and he does it. But Andrew coming back in, remember, this guy's not asleep yet, right? It's just because his teammate's doing all the work. It's not like he doesn't need to. So he comes back through, has the gun ready, but the shock dart's bad, and even a peek, it should be favorable for the Sage, and they both come back through. What is happening? What is this? It's so unreal! The transfer is back, boys! Andrew's back on the server!
Andrew is back indeed. Unfortunately, the push into showers just ends up trapping them here with all the slows thrown at them. The jump peek from Andrew, hey, it doesn't kill him, it doesn't kill the enemies either, but all throughout this time, the spike was just being stuck, and now double digits for the side of Team Shiiiish. They haven't won, or they haven't lost a single round in 8 rounds over and over again. They come out on top, but So Below, he's on this operator now. We haven't seen a lot from attack side or operators. Oh, but this off angle from Andrew Shiiiish, it's killed so many people, and I don't think the dog spots this.
Oh, he must have, but the angle is so good. It's just better for Andrew. They can't shoot him back. The leg spotted. So Below also falls, and the suck is going to help him out. Drops down, and wait, he wants the fight. No, what are you doing? What is he doing? He's actually going forward, and they can't even take advantage of it. They can't even punish. Andrew goes for another shot. Dinks side, though it's okay. Straight through the wall, and the flank comes out. Gen shuts them down. All of a sudden, the second half comes through, and like you mentioned, this is the where they're so dominant. Team Shiiiish, they don't lose. It is scripted after all. They're gonna win the second half, just straight up.
Oh man, Fate, they're down 2 maps in the series. They're currently down 5 rounds. This is the last ditch effort in order to come back, not just in 1 map. They're gonna have to play 2 maps after this, even if it ends up going to a Fate victory. And with the half buy currently secured by Fate, So Below has to go off with these knives if they want a chance in this round.
Straight in, past the one-way, dashes up, he gets fragile, then he gets shot at straight through, but not enough damage to take him out. So he's taking very, very forward control, and Silver has to be ready for this one. He's going to end up for the drone again. Can he take advantage of this, though? He's going to go for the... What?
Use the dives on the drone. You know...
Okay.
What?
They got to kill it. Wait. It's possible. Cringy's got one. Gen pulling it back. 2 for herself. Posh trades it right back on the opposing Astra and went for another peek, but that's the spike. Cringy, though, he has to take advantage of this res in a very, very bad location. 2 versus 2 now. Even man count on both sides, but Flavor is trying for these shots and is missing every single one. Replays the one to land the headshots and takes the craniums off both. Now doubling up the scoreline of Fate. They've won 6 rounds in a row, Team Shiiiiish, and looking to take this entire series by storm.
Look, I get it. You know, that round was crazy. It got pretty close towards the end, but I'm still stuck on So Below using the shotgun knives on the drone. Like, that doesn't give you your knives back. That doesn't count as a person. And I feel like that just led him to dying. He didn't have any agency then, which is the classic over in towards U-Haul. And now it feels like a last-ditch effort here from Fate. 1 round away from bleeding out the entire series. With the sheer aggression towards Long, So Below's in for a surprise.
There goes the ping. There goes the ulti as well. So maybe, I mean, again, last time they used the vegetables, this didn't end up very well for the side of Shiiiiish, so perhaps a bit of a chance. Wall goes up. Andrew is playing aggressive. He hasn't put this out. He hasn't pulled this out at all this half, so they might not read this. He's going to push up on this reload. Is catches. That's okay off guard, and that's a beautiful play. Another engagement off a shower, but Posh is the one to land the headshot at the end of the day. Low HP, no chance for a heal, and Gen gets another replay, tagging along for another frag. They just want the fights. This could be how it ends. 2 versus 4, only 2 kills left for Shiiiiish to be able to take this entire series in a cage, even through. They know, though. They know he's in the corner. Go for the spam replay. You know you want it. And another dart. He's going to get a wall hacked and straight through. Silver gets it. Flavor needs to get every single player left on this server to keep his team alive, or else they're going home. They're no longer in this XLNC Phantom series. He catches the back of one, but can't lend the shots. Is getting flanked already by Andrew, and it's all fitting for him to end it this way. Go for him, man. He's got it. Right in the back. A big backstab to end the series. And 13-6. A very dominant victory for Shiiiiish. And it looks like it's not only the Tropical Storm that's going to be ending the dreams, it's the entirety of Team Shiiiiish as well to roll over the team of Fates.
A 3-0 victory, and man, that knife kill towards the end. I hate to use the pun. I know Anton loves puns, but that was just fate at the end. That was predetermined for that knife kill to happen to give us the last kill of the last map of Fate in this Phantom series. They tried so hard. They got so close, even on the first map, even though it was a 13-5, every single round got down to that 1 versus 1, but in the end, they just weren't able to clutch it out. And it goes to Team Shiiiiish, who will advance in the playoffs.
Man, what a story as well. Honestly, I mean, Fate coming all this way and putting up it, like, admittedly, that was a decent fight. The scorelines, again, might not show it much. And Breeze, of course, if you just watch that map, it might have looked a bit one-sided, but at least on Bind, the first half was very, very competitive. And on Ascent as well, I can't emphasize enough. Like, you don't see this, the fact very often where the attacking team wins and everyone dies. That's not common. And even more not common is that happening like 3 or 4 times in a single map. So Fate, consolation to them. They played well. You can't even deny it. Like, look at them So Below. I wish we could split the scoreboard by half, so we could see what happened in the first half and then we could see what happened in the second, because clearly this is not the story of the entire map. 6-6 in the first half. Very, very back and forth, especially in the first 6 rounds that Fate just ended up taking by storm. And I've said that like 8 times, but you get the idea. 5-0, pulled back 2 by Shiiiiish, and then another round for Fate. So they were up 6-2 at one point in this map. And unfortunately for them, Shiiish's defense is absolutely just rock solid. Nothing to be done. It's not even Andrew this time to put up all the work. Like, he ended up putting up numbers in the second half because he managed all the timings, all the flanks that were needed. And of course, you saw the knife at the end. There's no bigger flank than getting stabbed literally in the back. And Replay is the one to make all this stuff happen when Andrew's not waking up. And he ended up like, you said it, Sparky. Andrew was at the bottom of the scoreboard. He had 2 kills in the first half. 2 kills, and now he's at 18, ending up. That's absolutely unreal. And if that doesn't prove the mental of Shiiiiish, I really don't know what else does.
Yeah, Shiiiiish, they're able to just play so well. Once they got to that defensive half, they were right into their stride, and they ended up working it out. Fates, hey, they went 0-5. They were the underdogs, but I feel like they put up such a great fight against Team Shiiiish, who are known, just to be these monsters. Like 57 kills on Andrew Sheesh in a game. Like that's just, I mean, you could say that's like a lack of team play that I ever got to that point, but it's still insane just for it to happen. And even then, it wasn't at 13-5, Anton. It ended at 13-6. It was pretty darn close to keeping
Mm.
that script up. I believe we are going to have an interview just in a little bit, but
Guess what? Guess who we have?
is
They
it Andrew? I hope
it's
it's Andrew.
it's Andrew. We're finally gonna we have I mean, we haven't talked to him at all, I don't think, at least I haven't, so this is gonna be it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna get to see the legend not only in his voice, but also we're gonna get him in this ninja call, so we're gonna get to see I mean, we're gonna get to see what an angel looks like in flesh, right? So we'll see. Okay, Crisp says he has no cam, so we're gonna cry about that for a couple seconds internally, but it's fine. Um, we'll get him in here as soon as possible, but I can't wait to just